Hey everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to our channel, and in today's video I'm going to talk about some budget-friendly resources to help you with your web design. I'll go over some popular platforms and talk about some pros and cons as well of each of these web design platforms and give a recommendation on all of them. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to talk about are website design programs. So website design programs, also known as website design software or web development tools, are essentially just applications or platforms that are used to create, design, and manage websites. These programs provide tools and features that facilitate the creation of web pages and their layout as well. Some popular website design programs include WordPress. So WordPress is a really widely used content management system, otherwise known as a CMS. And it simplifies website creation and management. It offers a really user-friendly interface, customizable themes, and a vast range of plugins for enhanced functionality as well. Next up is Wix, and Wix is a cloud-based website builder that allows users to create a website using drag-and-drop tools, and it offers a wide selection of templates, pre-designed elements, and an intuitive interface that makes it really beginner-friendly. Webflow is a web design and development platform that combines visual design capabilities with powerful coding editing features as well. It allows designers to create responsive websites using a visual canvas or custom code. Squarespace is another popular website builder that focuses on providing visually appealing templates and design options as well. It offers an easy-to-use interface and integrates well with e-commerce functionality as well. These are just a few examples, and there are lots of other website design programs available. We'll start off with WordPress and how we can use that to design and develop our website. So in Elementor Elements, not only do WordPress themes, they also do like custom fonts, any placeholder photos, graphics, things like that. It's a really good place to go if you don't have a lot of content in terms of imagery, any graphics and things like that. It is a paid service, so you are paying for essentially the service to download some of the themes and use them on your website as well. But essentially, if you have this account, what you want to do is under Web Templates, you want to go to all Web Templates, all CMS templates even. And you want to go into WordPress themes, and you can see a whole bunch of themes. Some of them you might find for free on the WordPress directory, but a lot of these would be premium themes. And again, you can use the filters to filter by sort of what kind of website, so e-commerce, portfolio, agency, blog, things like that. And then another thing you can also do is see what themes are compatible with certain plugins. So you see this filter here, so compatible with, and you can see there's a whole bunch of popular plugins that people tend to use, like WP PageBakery, WooCommerce, Elementor. So if you know that these are plugins that you plan on using, like if you plan on using a builder, then you want to select a theme that is compatible with that. So what you can do is so what you can do is, if you know you're going to use Elementor on your website, then you can select Elementor and Elementor Pro, and it'll then filter themes that are compatible with Elementor and that you can use Elementor with it. If you select maybe one of the themes, same thing as if you were to select a theme from the WordPress directory, there is a preview section, so it'll show you the theme as a website. Yep, so you can see the site here, and you can scroll down and really click through it and see what it's going to be like. So for example, this is agency, this is a consulting page, this is a marketing page, business page, things like that. And essentially all of this will be filled with placeholder content, and it's up to you then to change the content that you will add to the website, but at least you can see what this site will look like, what colors they're using, and the layouts and things like that. So this is another theme here, and you can see the theme is set up exactly like a website, and you can sort of click around it and see exactly what you can change and what you can change the content on and what it would look like. The good thing about some of these themes, so like this is a theme that's compatible with Elementor, is that because most of the pages have already been built, it saves you a lot of time in the beginning, especially if you just are wanting a site up just for a place for people to have some kind of online presence. This saves you a bit of time from designing like a full website. All you need to do is maybe change a few colors, update the content, update the imagery, and that way you have a working site with not a lot of time invested into it, but at least it's how you want it. To check how responsive a site is, or a theme is, what you can do is right click onto the theme, click on inspect, and you'll see this might be to the side, so let me just put this aside. You can see in this button here, this is a responsive toggle, so if you click on that, you can select which device to view this theme on. So I've selected iPad Air, so it's reading with this dimension, and you can see this is what the theme will look like. This is what these sections will look like if you were to use these themes, and you can see that it is not bad on mobile, so you know that you are picking a responsive site or not, depending on what theme that you're using. So it's really important to check for that, as more and more people are using their phones to browse online. So making sure you pick a responsive theme is important. So just like the WordPress directory, you want to make sure you want to read through and see what exactly comes within the themes. So for this one, there's like 4 homepage templates, 9 inner pages, header footer builder, fully responsive, and things like that. And also here it'll show you the plugins required. So this is something to watch out for with some of the Elementor ones, is that when when people build some of these themes, they do require these plugins. Now, depending on what they used each plugin for, you might not need to download all of them. So if, for example, the map form, that's usually a contact form plugin. So if you don't download that, it's not that you can't download the theme at all. The theme will be downloaded, but whichever area of the theme is using map form, that part won't be showing. So map form is for contact form, so any part where there's a contact form won't show, so maybe replace that with something else or just download map form. So it's important that you have access to all of these, and it tells you exactly what you need access to. So Elementor, Elements Kit Lite, map form, all of these. Usually but you don't need to download these separately. What you need to do actually is just download the entire thing, and then using the Elementor Elements plugin, you're going to import that file. So just to show you, so once you have obviously an account set up, you just want to click on download, and it's going to ask you to add a file to this project. So the projects are within your account, so this can be like the name of the this could be the name of the site, and you just want to add the file, the theme, to the project. So now we have the theme. And now what we need to do then is download the Elementor Elements plugin. And to do that, you just need to go back to your WordPress dashboard and go into plugins. And so you can see I've already downloaded Elementor Elements here, but all you need to do is click Add New, and then click and search for Elementor Elements. If it's not showing up on the WordPress directory, you can also just go into WordPress plugins, wordpress.org/plugins, and then just look for it there. But essentially just download that, and then add that to your... Once it's installed and activated, all you need to do is go down to... You'll see a new tab for elements, and this is the Elementor Element Kit. And then what you want to do is click Template Kits, and you can see the template kits are already showing here. But then what you can do then, just make sure your account is connected, and then what you can do then is go into Installed Kits, and you want to upload template kit zip file, and this is just a zip file of the template kit that we downloaded earlier, and that's the plugin downloaded. Once you have your theme downloaded, it should apply to every part of your website, and just make sure that it's activated on the themes page before you go to check, and then you can start seeing where to customize your theme. So if you go into customize, it should show you all the options on what you can change. So things like the site identity, homepage settings, header and footer, all of that you can update here. So it's up to you to kind of see how you're editing the theme. And what you can also do then is, if you realize actually you don't like this theme, you can switch back to a previous theme. So if you go back to theme here, so it's not good to have lots of themes. So you want to keep the theme that you currently have, and then you also then just wanna keep like a backup theme. So that's in case if anything goes wrong, or if you ever need to debug an issue, then it's good to keep one of the 2021-2023 themes. Just so there's something that you can switch to if you ever need to debug an issue or anything like that. And it's really simple. You just click on activate, and it'll activate the new theme. So just be careful of that. So now we can go over some popular themes. One of the most popular themes used especially is the Hello Elementor theme. So the Elementor plugin, Page Builder, is one of the most popular page builders there is out there, and the same team that built that also created the new Hello theme, and essentially it's fully designed to work really well with the Elementor Pro plugin. It's very lightweight, and yeah, 100% tailored to Elementor. I think if you are building a website that is using a specific builder, and that builder comes with its own theme, I think the best thing to do would be download that theme as well, because then you know you're downloading you're downloading a theme that's optimized to work with the builder. And it's really important, since builders themselves are quite heavy plugins, that you keep the theme really nice and lightweight to not add any more load time. But essentially it just means that both your sites will, both theme and the plugin will work seamlessly. And so Elementor itself is very responsive, it's SEO friendly, it's very lightweight, and it's also free. So you can, Elementor, the basic plugin is free, and also the Hello theme is free. It's just the Pro plugin that's you would need to pay for. But even if you were just to get the Elementor plugin, the basic one, and with the Hello theme, you've still got a good site going along the way. You would just need to create an account. So yeah, the Hello Elementor theme is one of the most popular ones. Yeah. Webflow is a really popular web design and development platform that allows users to create visually websites without needing to write code. It's a really powerful tool that combines a drag and drop interface with a robust CMS, also known as a content management system, and hosting capabilities all in one package. With Webflow, users can design and build responsive websites that look great on any device, from desktop computers to mobile phones as well. The platform offers a wide range of customizable templates and design elements, including typography, images, animations, and making it really easy to create unique and visually stunning images and websites. Webflow also offers powerful e-commerce functionality, allowing users to create online stores with customizable product page, shopping carts, payment processing. Along with that, Webflow CMS means that users can manage their website content, including blog posts, images, products, and other media as well, all from one central location. Another really great thing about Webflow is that it allows users to export their code, so they can take the designs and use them on other platforms or with other tools. This makes it a really versatile tool for web designers and developers, whether they're building a website from scratch or just customizing an existing template. So Webflow can be used to build a wide range of websites, from simple one-page websites to complex multi-page websites with custom functionality. Some of the most common types of websites that can be built with Webflow include business websites. So Webflow is a great tool for creating professional-looking business websites, and has really good features like customizable templates, e-commerce functionality, and easy-to-use CMS as well. It's also really good for portfolio websites. So Webflow's visual design tools make it easy to create beautiful portfolio websites that showcase your work in a visually appealing way. It's really good for landing page websites as well. So Webflow is also well suited for creating landing pages that are designed to convert visitors into customers, with features like A/B testing and integration with popular marketing tools like Google Analytics and MailChimp. Webflow, as mentioned before, has really powerful e-commerce functionality, and it's a really excellent tool for creating online stores with features like product pages, shopping carts, and payment processing. Webflow CMS make it really easy to create and manage a blog as well, so they have features like custom post templates, tagging, and scheduling as well, so it's really good for different kinds of blogging websites. Overall, it's a really versatile tool that can be used to build a wide range of websites for businesses, creatives, and individuals alike. So Webflow come with a really good and useful tools. First thing that you have is the Webflow Designer. So the Webflow Designer is a powerful visual design tool that allows you to create and edit your website's design without writing any code. With the Designer, you can easily customize your typography, your layout, your color schemes, animation, and more. You also have Webflow CMS. So Webflow CMS makes it easy to manage your content's website, including blog pages, images, and other media. And with the CMS, you can create custom templates as well for different types of content, set up dynamic lists, and even create different user accounts as well. It's great for developers as well, as the code that you write, that if you were to write with Webflow, it works directly with the JSON underlying your CMS. So you can use their API to bring in content from other external resources and then connect the existing CMS or publish a mobile app as well. So it's really good for developers in that way as well. Webflow also offer interactions. So they have an interaction feature and it allows you to create animations, interactions on your website without any coding. With interactions, you can create custom hover effects, scrolling animations, and a lot more. And you can essentially use all this to make your site more engaging, more fun for users to use as well. And every single feature of Webflow, they do have lots of tutorials as well, where you can show you how to create different kinds of animation, entrance effects, emphasis effects, things like that as well. So it's a really good animation thing to use. Next up, you have Webflow's e-commerce functionality. So this makes it easy to create an online store with customizable product pages, shopping carts, and payment processing. With Webflow's e-commerce features, you can manage orders, track inventory, and create custom discount codes as well. In today's video, we'll also be looking at how to set up a online store using Webflow as well. It's very easy and good for users who maybe don't have a lot of experience setting up online stores as well. Webflow also have lots of different integrations as well with third-party tools like Google Analytics, MailChimp, Zapier, and lots more. With these integrations, you can track your website's performance, automate workflows, and lots more as well. All of this overall make Webflow a really powerful and versatile platform for designing, building, and managing websites without requiring advanced coding skills. So to get started with Webflow, it is mainly free until you need to select a plan. What you want to do is first go onto Webflow's website, and you're looking for the homepage here, and you want to click on the Start Building button. The first thing that you need to do is set up an account. You can either use your Google or you can just type in any of your email addresses to start creating an account with Webflow. And then once you set up with your email and password, you just want to continue with the setup process. And so you just want to give them your name and just fill in the questions that they ask you below. You want to pay attention to this question here. So what do you want to build today? And you want to basically type in or select the type of website that you want to create. And that way they'll help you get started based on what you've selected. So for today's example, we'll just use an e-commerce store. And you can decide if you want to stay up to date by subscribing emails or not. And you want to just click on finish. And next thing then you'll be shown different templates to start creating your site. So you can see there's different templates that they have, and they also have some free ones and they have some paid ones, or you can start fully from blank canvas in case you already know exactly what you're wanting to build and you don't need a starting point. So yeah, you can see all these different templates. You can preview them as well. If you hover over them and just click preview, it takes you to your preview page and you can see what that website is going to look like. As you scroll, you can see there's more. However, some of them are paid and some of them are free. So you just want to keep looking at these and just making sure that whatever template that you pick, yes, it works with your branding and it works with how you want it to look, but it also works within your budget as well. But you can browse through all the free templates. We've got some e-commerce ones here, so we'll pick from there. So it's up to you how you want to do it. In this example, we'll just use this template here and just click on select. And you want to give it a name as well. And then just hit on create site. And Webflow will then just use your template to build out your site. So you can see the site is now loaded, and it's loaded with the site as we selected here, but it's also loaded with the editors and everything like that as well. The really good thing about Webflow is that it does come with really detailed tutorials and step-by-step instructions. So you can see at the beginning we have this Get Started guide, and you can essentially go through each of these guides and select what it is that you want to do, and then use it as a kind of a checkbox. We'll minimize this for now. But yeah, so Webflow is split kind of within these two panels. So you've got this left panel here, and this is showing you the layout kind of navigation. So it gives you an overview of how this specific page is being built, and you can select each element and you can select each section that way. And once you select an element, you can click into the element here, and then on the right hand side it'll show you all of the styling for that specific element. So right now it's showing the styling for the heading 1, and then we can click on that and you can see it's showing the styling for the paragraph large as well. That's things like the spacing, the font, the weight, things like that. If you click into the body tab over here, you can see you can update the font styling across all your typography. So if you click on here, you can see there's body text styling all over here as well, and it just means then you can create like a sort of palette for a theme palette and branding palette for each of the heading 1s, heading 2s, paragraph text, body text, things like that, and that way that leaves some kind of like consistency within your design and your layout as well. So it's really simple to kind of start getting added with Webflow. What you want to do, for example, to create another section, what you want to do is click on this plus section here, and you want to essentially click on a layout first. So everything is within a layout, and you want to just select what kind of layout you want. There's different sections, and then there's containers, there's grids, things like that. So you just want to click and drag that to where you want it. So we've added a container here. And next thing that you might want to do then is change the height of it. So if you click into the container, you can see now we selected the container, and we can change the height of the container as well. So if we give it a height in pixels, what you want to do is click into the box, and you're looking for the size, and you're looking for the min height here, and you just give it a minimum height so that it looks a little bit bigger and you have more space to add things. Now that you have your container, what you can do then is give it maybe a color. And again, you're looking for the container styling, and you're looking for backgrounds. So right now it's transparent, but you can give it a different background like so. Next thing you can do then is add elements within the container. So for example, we could add a heading, and we can click and drag that within the container, and we've added the heading there. We can then also add a paragraph as well. If we go back to the element section and add paragraph, we can click and drag that over here as well. The paragraph text, as you can see, it's matching the color of the background. So what we're going to do is click onto the paragraph text, and we're going to change the color of it as well. And you can see the text being added, and we can do the same thing with our heading as well. So we've added this heading here, and what you want to do is you can add the styling, and you can add, similar to the paragraph thing, you can add the different styling for colors and typography and things like that, and just kind of style it how you want to. You may find now that there's it's too close to the top, so what we can do is add some more padding to the left and right of the container, and maybe even the top as well. So I've selected the container again, and you can see here I've selected it as well. And then I'm going to go to the spacing section, and I'm going to add the padding. So first of all, I'm going to click on the padding top here, and I am going to add, say, 20. Yeah, so that looks good. So I'm happy with that. And I'm going to also add padding as well. We'll do 40 for this side, and then we'll do 40 on the other side as well. And you can see that's been added as well. So what we might need to do as well is add some padding at the bottom just so it evens out. So now I have a container with the text and headings that I want, but it doesn't have the closeness, and it's not too squishy as before. We can also add things like buttons. So if I click and drag that button over, you can see the button is selected here. However, you can see here there's a button that has been sort of already styled and designed. And you can see when I click on to this button here, there is a style selector being added called button. So Webflow does make the use of classes and IDs to kind of make sure to add styling to different elements. And it means then that you can style one button and just apply that same style element, that same style class to another button to inherit those style properties. So we've got this button here and I want it to look like this button. So I'm going to click into that button here and I'm going to add that button class. So the button class for this one is just button. So we're going to click on button text here, and then we're going to add the button class for this one as well. And you can see the existing button that comes up. That is now being restyled as this, including with the hand animations as well. You can see that the color of the background of this button matches the color of the background that I have. So what I'm going to do is click onto the container again, and then just change the color of that background. And there we go. So we now have a button that looks exactly how you want the other button to look like, except we didn't need to style that and add more style settings for that. We just added the button class and then save that as well. And I can do that with every single button that I have, or use different button stylings to make other button stylings as well. So as mentioned before, Webflow is also really good to make your website responsive as well. So making sure that your website looks good and can see all the content easily on all different devices. So what I'm going to do to check on different devices is I'm going to use the top bar up here. So right now I'm on desktop. So what I'm going to do is switch to the mobile view here. That's now changed the viewport to the mobile display. So that's 478 pixels and down. And you can see now when I go down, so everything's already kind of styled already. But for example, if you wanted the text size of this to be a little bit smaller, what you want to do is click into the paragraph text, and you're looking for, again, the size. And it's set to 17 already, and on mobile, maybe we'll change it to 15. But you'll remember on desktop, it's a completely different size. If we switch back to desktop, it is back to 17. So that means no matter what font size that we give on mobile, it's only going to apply to the mobile state of the website and not the display desktop state. We also have tablet, which is 991 pixels down, and if we click back onto that paragraph, so it's 17 pixels here, we will make it 15, or maybe we'll make it 18 pixels, something a little bit bigger. But again, if we switch that back to mobile, it goes back to 15 on mobile. It goes back to 15 on mobile, and then desktop, it's back to 17, and tablet, it goes to 18. So you don't have to worry so much about using different font sizing on different tablets and different devices, because you can set different font sizing for each screen size that's set. So it's really easy that way as well. So now we have some basics of Webflow covered. Now let's take a look at Webflow's e-commerce section as well. So if you go onto the left panel here, you can see that they have a little tab for e-commerce, which is this little trolley icon here. And this will essentially walk you through a setup guide for e-commerce, because there's a few things you need to do when you're setting up e-commerce. So there's 12 steps left. First thing that you want to do is add a business address, and this will help you with tax verification purposes, and also just making sure that everything's in the correct currency and things like that. And you want to make sure you have the currency settings set up as well, and the language and region as well. And just click continue. If you go into the payment section, you can see their payment settings. And if you go back to the setup guide, there's still some more things that we need to do. So we need to review the currency settings. So we'll review currency settings. And you can see that we've got the currency already set up, and we're happy with sort of the price formatting and things like that. We're going to click save. And if we go back to the checklist, the next thing then is to actually add a product. So we're going to click on add a product. And we are going to, you can create sample items, so you can get help starting designing your product faster, or you can create a new product. We will create a new product. And we're going to give the product name. So we'll do basic jumper. You can get the name, and the URL slug automatically shows up here. And then you want to give it a product description, just in that little product description here. Then you want to give it a category. So what you might want to do first is actually add a category. You click on the add button here and just type in the name of the category that you want to add. and you just want to click on create. You can add as many products categories if you want, but obviously you want to be meaningful with it and you just don't want to add a whole bunch of categories to your product for the sake of it. And then you want to actually add a image to your product. You can add, so split between main image and more images. So you want to make sure that you add one main image at least, and then you can add more images as needed. And then you want to give the billing price as well. So this is the price that you're selling the product at. And what you can do is add a compare at price. So this is essentially if you want to put a product on sale, it'll show up as a sale item. So obviously the product here, the pricing here is going to be more than what you add as the price here. You can add SKU identifiers. You can decide if you want to track the inventory, either with a yes or no, and you can give it a number if you decide to actually track the inventory, and whether or not this requires shipping, and you can give it a shipping weight and dimensions. And this will be good if you are selling something that's a little bit heavier, or if the postage, it will be more depending on the weight or the size of it. For things like clothing or retail, it's not really necessary. And then you just want to click on create. And you can see now that the product is set up. It's staged for publish, meaning that the site isn't published yet, and the site and the product itself needs to be published, but it is ready to go. So now if we go back to the setup guide, we need to add a shipping method. So how we're going to ship the product. And the way this works is through shipping zones. So you'll essentially set up rules for each area. So for example, the rules for domestic shipping, the United Kingdom, might be different for the rules to your shipping in Europe. Maybe it costs more, maybe it doesn't offer free delivery and things like that. So you want to group your rules by the countries that those rules are applied to. So we've got the domestic shipping kind of already set up. We just want to turn it on, and we want to actually add a shipping method. So you want to click on shipping methods here, and you want to click on new method, and you want to choose whether or not the method is flat rate, meaning it's a rate per item or per product, percentage based, price based, things like that. We'll keep it simple. We'll just keep it at a flat rate, and we'll call it 2-day delivery. You can give it a description if you want, or if your name is self-explanatory enough, you can just leave it at that. And then you want to give it a rate amount, and you can decide if you want the shipping to be per order or per item, and just click save. And once you're done, you just click on save up here, and that is your shipping zone setup. You can add as many shipping methods as you want. It's up to you, and it'll be applied depending on what the user has purchased or where they are. If we go back to the guide, the next thing we need to do then is just review our tax settings. So if we go back here, you can see that by default, the way it works is that you would include the tax as part of your final pricing, so there's no need to charge for tax separately. Or you can decide to have the tax done in separately, and you can type in your own tax rate. And then we are going back to setup guide, and we have the store set up now. And now all we need is the store design, and this is essentially adding your cart page, adding your checkout page, and designing your pages as well. Lastly, then you also need to add a payment provider. So this is essentially connecting a payment method so that people are able to actually buy the products off your site. And you can do either one or two things. You can either connect to Stripe, and that'll accept most major credit debit cards, or you can do connect to PayPal as well. But you need an account for both, and then you just need to connect them via integrations as well, via the API keys. It's important to note that Stripe themselves don't actually charge for using those platforms. So there's no transaction fee. Webflow don't charge for any kind of transaction fee. However, there is a transaction fee set by Stripe and PayPal. So that's nothing that Webflow charge. It's actually a charge from the payment provider themselves. So once your website is done, you've added all your products, you've added all your content, you've made edits to any of the templates that you needed to. It's time to actually publish your site and make it live. With Webflow, they offer several different pricing plans depending on your needs, but you basically can review each of the plans and decide if you want to use which pricing plan that you want. The Webflow does have a free plan. So with the free plan, you can create up to 2 projects and host them on a Webflow subdomain, meaning that you won't have your own custom domain. It'll look something like webflow.name of your website. In this case, it's IT support. .webflow.io. So if you wanted to use that, you would just click on publish and use checkbox over here and just click on publish to selected domains. And you can see the website is now published successfully. If you click on this little arrow, we can see it live with all of the content and the news sections that we've added as well. If you decide that you don't want to use Webflow subdomain and you want to use your own custom domain, then you definitely need to purchase one of Webflow's other paid plans. So Webflow's plans are split into two. There's the basic website and then there's an e-commerce site. So if you have any kind of shopping functionality on your site, whether that's adding the products and accepting payments, then you have to have one of the e-commerce site plans. If you have e-commerce on your website and use one of the basic website plans, you will not be able to use the e-commerce functionality. You won't be able to accept any kind of payments. So just to keep a note of that as well. So as we mentioned before with the website plans, the free plan means you can create up to 2 projects and host them on Webflow subdomain, and you can have access to basic design and CMS features, but you're limited in terms of custom code and integrations. Then you have the basic plan, which is best for launching sort of simple sites. It starts at about $14 a month, and which is billed annually and includes 10 projects, custom domains, and access to Webflow CMS. And you'll also have access to basic e-commerce functionality and integration with third-party platforms like Zapier. Then you have the CMS, and this starts at around $23 a month, and this includes unlimited projects, advanced e-commerce functionality, and the ability to add custom code and integrations. You'll also have access to Webflow's team collaboration and client billing features as well. And lastly, you have the business plan. So the business plan starts at $39 a month, and includes all of the features of the CMS plan, plus priority support, advanced site-wide analytics, and increased project limits as well. For the e-commerce site, it starts off with 3 different pricing plans. You've got $29 a month, $74 a month, and $212 a month. So there is a lot of jumps between each of them, but all of the main differences between all of them is essentially the features that you get, but then also the scalability of it. So when it comes to each of these plans, you can scroll down and see what the difference are between all of them. So for example, you have the e-commerce items. With the standard plan, you get 500, and it goes all the way up to 15,000. And in terms of transaction fees, there's no transaction fees on the basic plus or the advanced, but it is on the basic as well. And you also get different e-commerce features as well. So it's really good for scalability. What you can do is start off with a more basic plan if you know that right now you won't need to make full use of the advanced business features. But the good thing about Webflow's pricing plan is that it does allow for a lot of scalability as well. Overall, their pricing plans are pretty flexible and designed to meet the needs of a wide range of users, from individuals to large businesses as well. So there's a lot of pros to using Webflow. One of them is that they have the powerful visual design tools that we've seen earlier. So Webflow, as you've seen, offers that drag and drop visual editor that allows you to design complex websites without writing any code. You can add custom code and animations to your designs if needed, but just to be aware that comes with the more advanced plans that you can get with Webflow. They also accommodate for responsive design. So they're fully responsive, meaning they look great on all devices, from desktops to mobile devices as well, especially if you use their templates, because their templates are already responsive ready as well. Webflow have a built-in CMS, so they have the content management system that allows you to easily manage your website's content and update it as needed, and has the e-commerce functionality, which is really powerful as well, including the ability to create custom product pages, add product variants, and integrate with popular payment gateways. Webflow also offers hosting for your website, and this includes SSL encryption and fast load times as well. And as you've seen before, their pricing plans are really flexible. They do have a good number of pricing plans to kind of suit the needs of different kinds of businesses as well. Some of the cons of using Webflow though, and there are quite a few, one of them is that it's quite a steep learning curve. So while Webflow's visual design tools are powerful, they can also be a little bit complex, and there is a learning curve to using them effectively. There's limited integrations, so they have popular integrations with like Zapier and Google Analytics, but there's still some limitations to what you can actually integrate with. And Webflow's built-in SEO tools are limited compared to your dedicated SEO tools, and you might need to add custom code to fully optimize your website for search engines. While Webflow does offer lots of different pricing plans, their pricing plans are usually at a higher price point than some other website builders, particularly for larger teams or organizations. And lastly, there's limited support. So while Webflow offers support through community forum and email support, they don't offer phone support, which may be a drawback for some users. Overall, Webflow is a really powerful website builder that offers a lot of functionality and design flexibility, but it might not be the best choice for everyone, particularly if you're looking for something a little bit more simpler or a little bit more budget friendly. And that's it on our video on budget friendly website design tips. I hope you found this video interesting, and if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.